Yo, what is going on, guys? And today I want to take a look at the Battlefield 2042 shenanigans. So from what I understand, and I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, Battlefield 2042 released like in a disaster state. Glitches and bugs, things not working properly. I know we've heard this before. And then also, what I just heard recently is that the game didn't even release with a scorecard, and it just got pushed back like 2 months. You know, just the back button so you can see how many deaths, how many assists, the score of the game. Like that just got pushed back 2 months, and so players that purchased the game are upset. Obviously, they probably hit the forums first, but then I know it transpired into a situation where they are now looking to get a refund, and they have like a petition going around, and it's getting signatures, and whoever started the petition promised the players like at 50,000 to pursue refunds for the game that they purchased, Battlefield 2042. The players have had enough, they're sick of it, and now, as you guys can see by the title over here by Young Yeah, one of the content creators I appreciate who brings gaming news, the petition has hit 130k signatures. Now, I don't think this is going to do anything, but I could be wrong. So we are getting my unfiltered thoughts on a situation, and to me, it's kind of laughable, but let's go see.
I'm a new soul, I came to this strange world, hoping I could learn a bit about how to give and take. But since I
Remember that petition that I talked about in my last Battlefield 2042 video, which demanded that EA and DICE issue refunds across all platforms for Battlefield 2042, no questions asked, given the disastrous state of the game, both at launch and even months after launch? It had a couple tens of thousands of signatures last time I checked up on it and last time I talked about it, and it has since exploded as more coverage has been going towards it. But before we get to that, let's take a quick peek at what the player base is looking like for Battlefield 2042. Peak 24-hour concurrent players still remaining at less than 4,000, 3,761 as of the recording of this video, which is significantly less than the 5,500 or so that I saw a couple days back. The numbers just keep diminishing at an alarming rate. And if you do the math, divide 3,761 by 100,590 and multiply by 100, you will get a percentage, roughly 3.9-ish, almost 4%, which means that since launch, this game has lost a little over 96% of its players, which is not very good this shortly after the launch of a live service that's looking deader and deader by the day, by the week, by the month. Meanwhile, Battlefield 5 continues to enjoy a new influx of players from 2042, got sick and tired of that game and just went back to the superior previous game, Battlefield 5, which is sitting at 31,277 24-hour peak, the highest I've seen it in a couple months, and Battlefield 1 still is enjoying a decent amount of 24-hour peak concurrent players at over 11,000. Steam reviews continue to get worse, with recent reviews still sitting at overwhelmingly negative at a mere 14%. It was at 15%.
Okay, I'm just gonna pause it here for a second. Now, this is hilarious to me. I'm sorry. Like, basically, the place I can put this, because I know my community is from Destiny, but if we all just said, man, we are tired of Destiny, these terrible content releases, what you do with the game? We're going back to D1, right? That's what the equivalent of this is. But it's funny to me with the players, man. The community that decided to buy the $180 edition of this game that came with a free helmet, you know, a booster pack and all the XP battle royales and a collectible outfit for your character, bro. How? Like, how do we get wrapped up in this, man? It's hilarious to me that we still support this, bro. They want to push out a game every 5 minutes. They got Battlefield 1, Battlefield 2042, Battlefield 17, Battlefield 3, and the only thing that changes like the settings. Battlefield Cops and Robbers, whatever it's called, bro. And we don't get it. Like, we don't understand that they only want one thing. They care about your money. Not to mention, this is EA, bro. This is EA. Like, they don't play no games, man. They want your money. They care about keeping their investors happy. Now, I think it's funny to me that the people who chose to support this, right, are so like, how is it so bad, bro? I want a refund. To me, it's like, in all honesty, I think these signatures are going to do absolutely nothing. I don't think the players are going to get any money back, and EA is going to keep doing the same exact thing. It is you as a player that choose to support this game or you don't. And I think the players are doing a great job in showing that, like, hey, we're not going to play your game. But at the same time, like, I don't know if EA cares, bro. They got your money. They got your money. They came, they saw, they conquered, they out. They on to the next Battlefield, bro. You know they ain't fixing this. They pushed the scorecard back 2 months, bro. They don't care about this game. They got your money, bro. And I'm speaking like this because people need to wake up, bro. Stop supporting these games like this, man. I don't look at my game library, bro. Oh, you guys can see it? I'll slide it over. Here you go. My games don't consist of games that come out every 2.5 seconds, bro. Stop buying these, man. I have 2K and 2K22. These are only 2 games that come out every 2 seconds. And I got 2K22 for $19. I got 2K20 for $3. And I was bored. Okay. Stop buying the $180 edition before the game is even released so you can see what the heck it is you're playing, bro. Stop supporting these games, bro. It's laughable to me that the community wants refunds, bro. And like, not to be a jerk, but I hope they don't get them, bro. Because, like, not in a sense where I want people to get robbed out of their money or scammed, but we need to wake up, bro. Us as a game community has to stop supporting this. This is a joke, bro. Anyways, I'm gonna let the video keep playing.
And when I recorded my previous Battlefield 2042 video, and a few days before that, I remember it being at like 19%. So this has diminished quite a bit. And this is a result of not only just launch woes, but also all the trouble surrounding the post-launch of the game, like how the new mode Zombie Survival was almost immediately pulled after launch because of XP farming oversights, how players have been false positively banned for using RGB software, how streams for the game have been made awkward by its lack of a scoreboard to keep track of how many kills. And in that same stream, the game bugged out. Players got trapped underneath the staircase for the last portion of the stream, which rendered them completely disabled from being able to play the game. You've got Tom Henderson, who recently posted footage showing the game crashing. During a stream, the game crashed like 10 times in a row, which obviously isn't a good look. All on top of key content delays like Season 1 getting delayed from March to summer, or the scoreboard patch getting delayed from February to March, and people just finding all this hilarious at this point.
It is.
And
it's
on the
hilarious.
publisher side of things, EA has admitted that Battlefield 2042 did not meet sales expectations. They have lowered their net bookings predictions surrounding this game, which suggests that EA doesn't look at Battlefield as a crucial part of the company's success, which obviously is very worrying.
We don't look at Battlefield as a crucial part as a company's success. They came, they saw, they got your money, they out. They're not fixing that game. And when they do, no one is going to care. The community's going to be long gone on to something else, bro. You ain't getting your money back. Stop supporting these games. This is an actual joke, bro. They just released this game and they don't care or look at it as part of the company's success, bro. Why would you buy a game from this company? I have absolutely no clue why you would buy a game for this company.
For fans who are disillusioned at the state of Battlefield and how EA seems to just be killing it off with their missteps. And that brings us to the refund petition that I discussed in my last video, looking at how this petition has progressed in terms of number of signatures. On February 8th, Tom Henderson noted how this petition went from 3,700 signatures to over 25,000 signatures after he spotlighted it. And then in my previous video that I uploaded, you can see right here that as of later in February 8th, 2022, that number had reached 37,282 signatures. And then the following day on February 9th, that number managed to reach over 50,000 signatures,
can reach 2 million.
which finally
it don't
brings
matter.
us to today, just 2 days after my video in which the signatures were sitting at over 37,000. That number has climbed to a whopping 130,356 signatures, blowing way past its initial 50,000 goal and almost certainly it will reach the new 150,000 signatures target. And hell, I could refresh this right now, and the number's probably going to be significantly higher, 133,186. So it just keeps growing. Now, something that this change.org petition stated was that if this petition reaches over 50,000 signatures, in that case, one of the best class action lawsuit lawyers in the country is willing to take our case against EA. I don't know if this individual had like lawyers lined up who are keeping track of this petition.
They didn't have nothing.
Or if enough signatures can just simply draw the attention of lawyers who engage in class action lawsuits. But that's definitely one aspect that I didn't place too much stock on. These petitions, they tend to make a lot of noise and tend to draw a lot of headlines, but they seldom actually tend to take corporations to court and lead to tangible results. Usually these petitions tend to draw a lot of negative attention against whatever is being protested, but it doesn't tend to actually, on a legal or official level, put companies' feet.
Guys, if the players get refunded, bro, I don't think that they learn anything. I don't want people getting scammed out of their money, but year after year, E3 with Fallout 76, bro. I don't know how many garbage Madden games when them changing one mechanic, bro. How many battlefields you have to go through. How many scummy tactics EA has to implement in their systems for us to learn, bro. And you go back, turn around and support another game by EA, bro. Like, I don't think that the players learn a lesson here, bro. They need to learn a lesson because EA is not going to change, bro. EA has shown you multiple times that through the loot box scandal, them being claim the scummiest company on earth, blah blah blah, whatever medals they've got, they got that medal like 3 years in a row or whatever. They're not going to change, bro. They're just going to find a new way to maneuver to get more money out of you. So if you choose to support them, it's on you, bro. Speak with your wallets. Choose to not buy this stuff, but if you buy it, it's hard to be like, oh man, dude, those guys, they lost their money, man. They were promised a good game. Like, what? Bro, you knew what you were getting. It's EA. Like, you been in a rock these last like 6-7 years, bro? I'm gonna keep playing, bro.
On the fire. Now, this petition did provide an update on that front with a post published just earlier today, February 10th, 2022. They thank people who signed the petition, noting how in just 7 days and only 1 week, the petition went from 700 to almost 120,000 supporters, now over 130,000 supporters. But as far as the class action lawsuit goes, the news doesn't look particularly good or encouraging, with a post here stating, I've recently been made aware that EA's EU-LA agreement may protect them from any class action lawsuits related to the game's terribly coded architecture. EULA referring to the end user license agreement, and unfortunately America's consumer protection laws aren't as strong as other countries like, say, Australia, which managed to force Bethesda to give out refunds to those who do request it by a certain day following the disastrous launch of Fallout 76, a broken game that didn't function on the most fundamental level, which is exactly the state that Battlefield 2042 is in. Even now, some people are still struggling for the shooting gameplay mechanic of the game to work properly, with hit registration or bullet spread still being out of whack. But America's consumer protection laws couldn't force ZeniMax and Bethesda to give out refunds for Fallout 76.
Yeah, they did that.
I don't suspect it'll be much different for Battlefield.
I'll just say I think it's a little bit different between the two, though. Bethesda doesn't, like, they have a track record of having bugs in their game, but I think Fallout 76 just was after Elder Scrolls Online. It was like a release that didn't have like a certain like trend. Bethesda have been pushing out games like every 10 seconds, right? Like, people were kind of genuinely caught off guard, especially from what they were shown. I definitely think they should get their money back. They deserve a refund. This situation, I actually do think people should get their money back, but ultimately I want a lesson to be taught here personally, okay? And I definitely think that these people were not expecting this product, okay? But at the end of the day, man, you gotta go do your homework at least a little bit, man. Just a little bit, bro. And this also comes from the people that are talking about it's just a beta, bro. Like, EA, they had their hearts in the right place, man. They didn't have the team, and COVID hit, and like, bro, these are the people that want their money back now. Like, you guys get where I'm coming from?
Battlefield 2042. Now, I have heard some rumblings about stuff going down in Brazil where consumer protection laws there might be strong enough that EA might be fined for selling a product that doesn't work as advertised, but I still don't know much about that, and I'd be curious to see if other countries with stronger consumer protection laws will somehow get on this and ensure that customers get their refunds and that EA suffers some semblance of consequence. And then from there, the statement argues about why customers deserve better, how these companies have engaged nefariously and have taken advantage of unaware customers through false marketing and by rushing a product that was clearly underbaked, and said that the argument here isn't regarding consumer expectations of the entertainment quality, but the functional quality. It's one thing to not like a game, but for a game to not function properly, and that's, I think, well stated.
That's like 80% of the games we get today,
guys. If I went to watch
guys.
a movie and I didn't like it versus if the movie didn't work properly. If I didn't like a movie, but I spent money on it, I'd be like, well,
that's
yeah,
live
sure,
service
it was kind of a
nowadays,
waste of
bro.
money because I didn't end up liking the movie, but I wouldn't ask for a refund because it has more to do with taste. Whereas if the movie just doesn't work, the frame rate...
Listen, I'm not justifying to send out products like that. I'm saying it's live service nowadays. What I'm trying to tell you is that expect that from 80% of the games, which is why I don't pre-order anything. I wait just a couple days, see if it runs right, see if it looks neat, and then I go purchase and choose to support that game. Stop doing these $180 pre-order editions that come with a plastic lightsaber, bro, for collectibles, bro. That is the problem. And like, then this happens, and you just spent $200 for your plastic helmet, bro. Like, hello? Just be a little patient. Not justifying sending out rush products as a live service day and age. Don't support them, bro. Help them learn. Don't push out products like Anthem. Don't push out products like Fallout 76. Don't push out products like Assassin's Creed, bro. Don't push out products like Battlefield. Okay? We don't want them. Speak with your wallets, bro. That's what I'm trying to say here.
It's all choppy. The audio is out of sync in places. The special effects aren't fully implemented. And it was just not a complete product. It was a broken product. Then I would absolutely ask for a refund. In a similar vein with Battlefield 2042, it'd be one thing if people just didn't like its direction or didn't like aspects of what the game did from an artistic standpoint, but it's a whole other thing when Battlefield 2042 just doesn't work on a fundamental level. When hell, the shooting, which is the core of the gameplay of Battlefield 2042, is still not working properly.
Stop
and
buying
that's
them,
just
bro.
the tip of the iceberg for the myriad issues that Battlefield 2042 faces. As for alternative solutions, if the class action lawsuit is deemed unattainable, the petition poster said, I plan to get a senator to draft legislation that protects consumers from games requiring a cost to play. Look, good luck with that. I don't foresee that going very far. I foresee this petering out, but if it does go somewhere, great. What makes this petition significant is the pressure that it's applying to EA and DICE, the negative PR that it's bringing to them. It is a way to continue generating buzz surrounding the unacceptable way that this game was marketed, launched, and sold. The cynical way and state in which it was released to prioritize keeping investors happy over giving customers a quality product for their hard-earned money. The post finally concludes with, please keep sharing, even though we have reached our target. The more genuine signatures we get, the better chance we have in making a difference in the gaming industry. This petition definitely, I think, is going to keep getting a lot more signatures over the coming few days. But eventually it will peter out, and who knows where it'll go from here on out. But I don't foresee EA capitulating to these demands so long as the law doesn't force them to do anything. They'll be more than happy to keep the money of customers that they didn't really earn, that they scammed customers out of. How rapidly this refund petition has been gaining mass support isn't the only newsworthy occurrence surrounding Battlefield 2042. The game's also facing backlash because of a recent content announcement from 6 hours ago. This tweet right here, you can already see, is being ratioed pretty hard with more comments than likes, over 1,800 comments versus almost 1,600 likes. And basically what they announced was the...
Bro, who are these 1,600 likes, bro? How many times have we seen that the game works more on its cosmetic shop than actually fixing the game? They can push out brand new light bluish gray beanies for your avatar that you could purchase with in-game money. Sorry, real money, right? But they can't add a scorecard to the game. And there's still 1,600 people liking this tweet, bro. How is that possible? Like, how can you like a game that you just, bro? This, I can't understand this for the life of me, bro. For people that defend this, bro, please help me understand, man. Tell me down below, in all seriousness, bro, how do you support this game and then be the one liking it when they push out a new beanie while your game doesn't work? Because we have so many people like this in the gaming community. It is ridiculous, bro. And people that choose to do that will not help the game be in a better state.
The addition of a new tactical beanie that requires players to complete certain challenges to unlock the tactical beanie epic headgear for Angel in this week's missions in Battlefield 2042. 30 enemies killed and kills assisted, 100 enemies disrupted with EMP or spotted, 15 intel or wingman ribbons earned. These are the requirements in order to unlock this pretty standard looking beanie. Aside from the fact that this is not a particularly
my bad, it's not in-game
compelling
purchase. My
cosmetic,
bad.
the timing couldn't be worse. The last impression that Battlefield needs to give off is that they're prioritizing cosmetics.
Yeah.
And even then, it doesn't look like they're putting that much effort. All this time, so slow in their content rollout, and all we get is this one little freaking beanie. And so scrolling down, comments are pretty scathing. People saying things like, I swear this game is progressively getting worse and worse as time goes by. Barely any major improvements with fixes we got, just announcements of upcoming big fixes. I'm afraid empty words is everything we'll be getting from DICE regarding Battlefield 2042. This franchise deserves better. We tricked hundreds of thousands of people into buying a game we knew was terrible and underdeveloped, but would you like a tactical beanie? People basically wondering, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke? Sometimes I can't believe this is real. LMAO, you're freaking joking, right? Right? Oh,
Bro, I'm
we
wondering.
all wish they were. A number of people declaring this to be a dead game. Here's somebody else who posted this meme that's been making the rounds in loving memory of the Battlefield franchise from 2002 to 2021. People still spreading around this petition, the refund petition. You get the idea, but it's not just players who are disappointed.
Bro, these people in the Twitter comments, bro, these are gonna be the same people buying the game next year, talking about, we heard your feedback, we're gonna change, we're so sorry, COVID hit us, blah blah blah, we want to do something for the community. In fact, the first DLC that is released, we're giving it free to the community for the next Battlefield. We heard you, we apologize, and this is our way to say we are sorry. These are the same people that's gonna be buying a $128,000 edition, bro. Like, it's ridiculous, man. Youngest, I wonder if this is an April Fool's joke with the beanie, bro. I wonder if, the community is playing an April Fool's joke on us, bro. Like, how do you support this, man? There have been a plethora of games that came out before this that EA has completely annihilated, bro. Do I need to talk about the Star Wars Battlefront series, bro? And people still choose to come back 6 games later and then buy Battlefield 2042. And are just absolutely shocked that EA will push out something like this. What? I want my money back. Bro.
At the state of the Battlefield franchise, former Battlefield developers have also spoken out, as reported here by VG247 in an article whose headline reads, Battlefield 3 and Bad Company 2 lead designer astonished at Battlefield 2042 missteps. This comes from a series of tweets published by David Goldfarb, who formerly worked on Battlefield Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3. And he first relayed how much it hurt to watch Battlefield just getting dragged through the mud like this, retweeting Dom, who talked about how Battlefield is no longer the flagship shooter in EA's portfolio. David tweeted, this is profoundly depressing, and as ex-Dice, it hurts to watch. Some days I wonder about the alternate reality in which we make Battlefield Bad Company 3, not Battlefield 3. Would love to have had a shot at it. Not that I regret Battlefield 3, but my heart is now and forever bad company. And then a few days later, he tweeted about how he watched someone's breakdown of Battlefield 2042's issues, and having not played or watched footage before, boy, I have some questions about that product. So this is an ex-developer who's just baffled at how Battlefield 2042 launched in the state that it did, really trying to understand why some of these design calls were made. Why are there no smaller infantry maps? Why was 128 player count a thing that didn't seemingly have any accommodation for infantry? Why are whole maps shipping without any detail art? Was no one in control of quality over there? Who thought this experience honored the Battlefield sandbox experience and took it forward? I'm astonished that there were this many missteps, even knowing the obstacles from higher up. And for all my friends and colleagues over there, thinking about this now, but the best thing for DICE's next would be to make 2143 and go forward in time and reclaim their mantle of combined arms badassery that they built their legacy on, alongside a really unique IP they created. For me, at least, it's a no-brainer to occupy territory.
Bro, this is ridiculous. This is a developer, okay? This is a developer of previous great Battlefields that people loved and enjoyed the franchise. I used to play Battlefield Bad Company. I played the heck out of that game. I enjoyed it myself. But what did this man just say do? Instead of working on the product that you have bought, instead of trying to make that a great game, owning up to your mistakes, fixing it, doing something for the community, next would be to make 2143 and go forward in time and reclaim their mantle of combined arms, right? So basically, just wait for the next product. Spend $60 to $180 on that one. Okay, let EA promise you all the good stuff at E3. The first DLC gonna be free. They heard you. They're sorry. They're gonna show you a demo that works, and then they throw in all the other crap, cosmetics, season pass, this DLC you gotta pay. Man, you know how this monetized things go. But that is ridiculous to me, man. Like, why, bro? Why is it to wait for 2143 and yeah, you're ready to spend $60 on that one, guys? They'll reclaim themselves there. Just watch this one. We got your $180. Don't worry about it. On to the next.
No one else is or can. But yeah, pretty scathing words from a former Battlefield developer who's basically asking the same questions everyone else is. How could this have happened? How could the game have shipped in the state? How could they have made
EA,
such
bro.
poor design decisions? He is just as baffled as the rest of the Battlefield community. To wrap things up, I'd like to highlight some issues that what few Battlefield 2042 players remain have been facing, like how the basic function of shooting is still broken, with players facing hit registration and or bullet spread that is just not working adequately. And so we get situations where a player will catch an enemy unaware and shoot directly at them, but nothing. A kill that they should have had, that they earned, is absolutely robbed from them. And then here we have some information about how the mass exodus of players and the fact that so few players remain is causing some severe issues in certain regions, like how in South Africa there are so few players that basically for about the last week or so, the only way to get a game in South Africa is to browse for games in Portal. It's pretty much first come, first serve. There are simply not enough players to fill multiple servers, so the first person to host the server for the night pretty much has full control over the game for the rest of the players in the region, and that can pave the road to issues like this. Unfortunately for some, the person that's been hosting the games the last few nights is a bit thin-skinned and started banning people simply for swearing. He also banned me for calling him out on his power trips. I did not swear and did not even get a warning. I know there's not much anyone
Bro, why would you still be playing
but
this,
maybe
bro?
just
What?
maybe someone at DICE can see how ridiculous it is that I can't play a game that I paid for just because one other player wills it that way. And things might be even worse in Brazil, where there are so few players that team deathmatch tends to be a 1v1 affair, with this Reddit user posting, "It's been a lot of fun playing team deathmatch these days in Brazil," showing a match with only 3 players, and apparently this match was pretty much 1v1 almost all the way through until someone came in at the very end of the match, hence why you see 3 players. But most of it was just 1v1. So yeah, in certain regions, Battlefield 2042 is straight up just a dead game, and this is creating a vicious cycle where players are more and more leaving in droves, and that would explain this downwards pattern. You can see right here a significant dip in average concurrent players. It used to reach, the 5,500s. Now it can barely make it past 4,000. It cannot even make it past 4,000 24-hour peak concurrent players anymore. Whereas again, Battlefield 5 is enjoying very solid numbers. So yeah, with demands for Refund gaining mass support, with the introduction of unwelcome content like the tactical Beanie developers, former Battlefield developers speaking out about the baffling state of 2042 and the hemorrhaging of players that 2042 has been experiencing, this has not been a great week for the game, to put it very, very mildly. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is everything you need to know about the latest developments surrounding Battle.
All right, guys, let's end the video, man. Let me know what you guys think about this. Like, I want these people to get their money back, but not if like a lesson is not taught here, bro. You guys have to stop supporting this, man. Like, there's no reason to still be buying these games. Don't pre-order this stuff, bro. Stop it. Stop it right now, man, please, because you're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing nothing but encouraging EA's terrible decision making, bro. Like, EA, I don't even know if I have a game in my library from EA at all. I actually don't. I don't have a single game. Oh, I have Apex Legends. That's free to play. So yeah, that's about as far as EA is getting from me. But yeah, let me know what you guys' thoughts are, man. That's gonna do it for me. I'm out. Peace.